Just days after Sri Lanka's most powerful political family took office, fear has begun stalking Sri Lanka. Last week, a Swiss embassy official was detained and threatened. Now, the woman is Sri Lankan. She works with the Swiss mission. The reports say that she was forced into a car and then threatened in Colombo. She has now been released, but the incident is alarming. Switzerland has summoned the Sri Lankan ambassador and has also now demanded an inquiry into this matter. It all started with this man that you're looking at on your screens, Nishanta Silva. He is a senior police officer. He was leading a series of investigations against the Rajapaksas. When they came to power, he felt threatened. He fled the nation and was reportedly seeking asylum in Switzerland. And how did he get away? Now, some people wanted the answer to this question, so they abducted a Swiss embassy official and questioned her. She was harassed, detained against her will, and then released. Obviously, the Swiss are extremely angry. Their ambassador met with Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and also the Sri Lankan Foreign Minister. He demanded an immediate and a complete investigation into this matter. He also wants a guarantee of security for Swiss representation in Colombo, meaning that all embassy staff, he wants a guarantee of their safety. In return, the Lankan government has said that it wants to question the Swiss embassy official, the woman who was detained. Lanka has asked the Swiss embassy for permission, but the embassy has said that the woman is in no condition to face questioning at this point of time. The entire episode is fishy, to say the least. Questions are being raised. Are the Rajapaksas cracking down on critics? The reports say that activists, journalists and security officials are living under a shadow of fear. Colombo, for its part, is not saying very much. It's neither accepting these allegations nor is it denying these allegations. But the government's actions, of course, speak louder than words. Sri Lanka has put airports on alert. Hundreds of police officers have been identified, more than 700 according to some reports, and they are not allowed to leave the country. So less than a month in power, this is not a very good beginning for a government that has promised reconciliation and rights for everyone. Now, this, of course, is reminiscent of what has happened a decade ago. In 2009, the Rajapaksas oversaw the complete elimination of the LTTE. Thousands had died. Most of them were Tamils, a minority community in Sri Lanka, and Rajapaksa was accused of genocide. During the military campaign, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who is now the president, had sealed his reputation. He is nicknamed the Terminator by his own family, and human rights groups have accused the Rajapaksas of war crimes. Investigations were underway on several fronts, but now there are fears that the new government, led by the Rajapaksas, the two brothers, one president, the other prime minister, could scuttle the probe. And it's not just people in Sri Lanka who are looking for answers. Even the United Nations wants a credible investigation into the alleged war crimes. In March this year, the United Nations Human Rights Council gave Sri Lanka 2 more years to set up a reliable probe. We can't say if there has been any substantial progress on that front, but ignoring the demand could invite more scrutiny. The charges, of course, are very severe. Soldiers of the Sri Lankan government were accused of killing no less than 40,000 ethnic Tamil civilians in the final months of the war. And the Rajapaksas are at the center of these accusations. During the war, Mahinda Rajapaksa was the president of Sri Lanka. His brother, Gotabaya, who's now the president, was the defense minister. 10 years later, both the brothers are back. One is president, the other is now the prime minister. And they seem to be going all after all those who have investigated them.